instructor for this entire workshop. I'm super excited for this workshop because I know there is going to be some intense stuff loaded in this workshop, and I'm sure you're going to love it. All right, so let's begin with, since this is the first lecture of this workshop, so it's going to be an introduction session, of course, and I'm going to cover what the agenda, the high level agenda for this workshop, or what you can expect from this workshop and everything. Okay, so let's start it. All right, a little bit about my profile. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I'm a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I work as an Azure data architect full time. I have several years of experience into data warehouse and BI domain and building end-to-end data architecture. I have authored several popular courses on Udemy related to Azure data engineer technologies, and I feel proud to share that more than 14,000 students have enrolled into my courses, and I've received several positive feedback from all of them on a very regular basis. All right, so now the main content, right? This is the main agenda for this workshop. The sequence is not exactly similar as you will find in the curriculum section, but the content is going to be more or less the same, right? So we are going to cover the fundamentals of cloud computing. So even if you have no experience about Azure or what cloud is and everything, that's perfectly fine. Because we are going to start with right from the basics, right? And then we are going to see what is Azure SQL Database, what is a data lake storage, what is a SQL VM. It's a crash course about all this stuff, right? Now you may be wondering, why are we covering these particular technologies when this workshop is purely for data factory, right? The reason is that this is going to be a project-based learning. So we are going to implement a project, cover all the real world scenarios. Okay, so for that project, these like the database, the data lake storage, the SQL VM are going to be used either as a source or a destination. Okay, so we are going to cover what is a source, what is a destination and everything, but since we are going to use this particular database, data lake storage and SQL VM, so it's good idea to study them, at least have a brief idea, at least have a crash course about it. Okay, that's the reason I put it over there. We are going to also see the project overview, like the high level design and architecture of our project. Then we are going to cover some fundamentals of data warehouse, because we are going to implement a modern data warehouse using Azure Data Factory. That's our project, right? Implementing a modern data warehouse. So we are going to see what is a data warehouse, a crash course about that as well. Then we are going to start with the actual data factory stuff. So up till now, we were just setting the stage for our project. We were doing all the prerequisites for our project, right? Now that we've covered everything, now we'll start with the data factory part. We'll start right from basic. How do you create a data factory account? What are the different building blocks of it? How do you load staging? How do you create facts and dimensions? How do you load using a slowly changing dimension? We are going to see what is a slowly changing dimension and everything. The different activities that are included in a data factory service. And then how do you have parameters in a pipeline? How do you create a master pipeline, scheduling a pipeline? How do you create a dynamic pipeline to load multiple staging tables in an incremental fashion? This is an advanced topic, which is also something that we are going to cover. So if you've observed, we are going to start right from the basic, right from the fundamentals. So even if you have absolutely no background about a data factory or about cloud computing or about a data warehouse, that's completely fine, because we are going to cover the basics right from the basics, and then slowly progress into some of the intermediate stuff or some of the advanced topics of data factory. Okay, so we're going to start from basics and slowly advance towards the intermediate and the advanced topics as well. So overall you'll be learning a lot of stuff about data factory, and a lot of real world use cases, real world case studies you're going to learn, because we are going to implement a project in a data factory, right? So that's a beauty of this workshop, that it's not just any ordinary workshop where they teach you some components about data factory and everything, but but we are going to cover some real world use cases in this particular workshop, and this is going to help you in your project, in your company, if you are currently working on a data factory project, or in future if you're planning for a data factory project or something like that, or even if you're planning for an interview for data factory. This is going to help you a lot. Okay, all right, and let's directly jump into our workshop. Right, great, thank you, bye bye.